The sum tool is the primary tool that is going to be used for the conversion, and it has two phases, one being the uptime and then the downtime. So what happens during the uptime? It creates the S4 instance on the HANA hardware, and then it creates a shadow instance, and it does a lot of processing even when your system is up. So typically, if you're going to have a downtime window from, say, Friday evening 5 p.m., we suggest that you finish all the activities that happen in the uptime by about Thursday morning. So that will still give you some time in case you run into issues. And then come 5 p.m. on a Friday, you get the business users off the system, and it starts the downtime processing. And it is at this time that all the sync happens between the source and the target system, and everything gets copied. What I would like to mention here is, this is just a copy of all the ECC tables data, everything into the HANA, into the S4 database. And the actual data migration happens post that. And this happens in the S4 system. So there are a set of about 25 reports that have to be run within the S4 system, which talks about moving the transactions, the transaction of the line items, of your journal entries, of your material ledger, of your order history. Everything has to be copied into the S4 structure. So this is a very long drawn process, and this is one process which customers would have not experienced in EHP upgrades. So when you run this several times during your mock conversions, it becomes very clear that you're able to optimize the time, and you're able to run this in parallel processes depending on your power of your HANA database. And the one thing that is important is these will have to be run in sequence. So if you get stuck, you'll have to solve that issue. And it is very crucial that you have a very good connect with the business of the customer, because all the data-driven errors will have to be, you need the help of the business to resolve those errors, the data inconsistencies. And once the migration is done, you'll have to validate. So you'll have to ensure that all the data that you had in the source system has been copied and you've not compromised on the data. Again, if you're to do this manually, it's going to take forever and you have a very short cutover window. So tools are available, and these tools go about to identify the validation objects and validate on all these areas. So this is done at the business application layer. So this is not done at the database layer. So there is a logic behind how these validation objects are chosen, and we go in sequence and the validation happens, both on the finance and the logistics side. So if you see, it pretty much touches every area in the ERP system on where these validations will have to happen. So once these validation reports come back green, then you're good to go.